What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. It is episode number 82. Lots to get through today, as always, with more big games in the Serie A. Aim to go further clear at the top of the table, as we'll have Napoli, Inter Milan and possibly Juventus as well, and match days 3 and 4 in the Champions League phase, where it's been a diabolical start. Back-to-back losses, 0 points picked up from 2, and our first game, our former team. Yep, it is Lyon coming to the Stadio Olimpico for our first game in Italy in the Champions League phase. Now it's going 0-2 to start. We have got to pick it up on match day 3 and get a big win here against a former team. High pressure game to kick the episode off. Lyon at home. Forza. As we know, it's been a diabolical start in Europe. No points in our first 2 games. I'm sure the first win will come not before long. Hopefully tonight against our former team Lyon as well. You don't want to leave it too late to get your first victory, and that's why fingers crossed it will indeed come tonight. But, yeah, we said, to be fair, they're very tough fixtures. The 8 fixtures we got are very tough indeed. Frankfurt and Sunderland away, and this 5-star Lyon team that we built at home. We've got Bilbao away on match day 4 tonight. They won La Liga last year, lest we forget. And this is without even considering Besiktas, who we lost to last year in the Conference League. And Sevilla as well, and there's another team I'm forgetting, but I think it's another tough game. Oh, it's Liverpool, isn't it? Yes, we got an incredibly tough 8 fixtures in the league phase, so I'm not overly surprised about this, but let's just say this: if we don't get that first win tonight, I don't know if we'll get one at all. As Roberto looks to skip away, finds Liberali, and yeah, high pressure indeed on the 2 European games tonight. We can relieve a lot of pressure with a win on match day 3, top be denied by Incombadio, and Lyon would escape. Score without that, thank you. Liberali to Topper. That's a lovely ball through. Alfonsi holds it up well. Couldn't find the man running through. That's alright, we'll get it back to Roberto. That's fine. If you can't find the opening, we often say this, man, don't force it. With Sunderland, we did this all the time. We sacrificed good chances in exchange for great ones. Roberto through, and he should have taken it, but instead fires it wide. Higher quality of chances, always preferable, but Roberto, man, I should have sold him in the summer. I had a chance to sell him to Milan, I should have done it. I just don't get on with the guy. Oh, it's just a crunching challenge on Farwell. He'll play the advantage, and Alfonsi couldn't be slipped through. Still 0-0, 26 to find a winner. Sacco slides it through, Karuma beaten. Oh, slipped inside, Sacco! Lyon lead against a run of play, 13 on the clock. AS Roma just cannot get it sorted in Europe. Fabre wins it back. He's literally the only player out there tonight that's really been worth his weight. Liberali slips through Roberto. Got Topper running through, can't get it to him. It'll drop to Pasili. Here is Frederick Fabre having a dig from range, but puts it wide. And that's probably the final chance of the game. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I cannot tell you if it's psychological, if it's just me being complacent, but I cannot get it done in Europe. 3 losses in a row to kick the Champions League campaign off. I was so excited to be back in prime time with AS Roma. I was thinking this year the Bordeaux asked us to reach the final. I'll try and at least get to the semis. We won't even make the playoffs. Well, it's not looking good in Europe right now. Do you remember back in my old days of career mode where we literally just play until we won the Champions League? I don't think that'll be happening this season. Goodness gracious, that was me dreaming of the treble. We aren't even going to make the playoffs in the Champions League. Thank God domestically we're doing well. 6 wins in our first 7 games and 6 on the trot as well on the back of the opening draw to Atalanta. Next up, Parma heading into this one here. Aim to go further clear at the top of the table as we stay at the Stadio Olimpico, but hopefully get back to winning ways in the league. Forza Roma. Normally I can point to a reason why we're struggling in a certain competition or during a certain period of time. For example, you might say last season, the Conference League, for example, I won't deny it, I was very complacent, very cocky, a little arrogant, if you will, not my kind of style, and that definitely cost me in the end. Let's say it cost me, we actually won the competition, but let's just say we didn't do it convincingly. Freddie Fabre would have run, Alfonsi gets in the way, and Parma will get it clear. Sometimes, I might have an injury crisis. I'm missing like 2 or 3 of my key players, and that's one of the reasons why we're struggling for form. With this Champions League, granted, very tough games to kick the league phase off, but to have lost them all 3? I mean, yeah, it's not great, and I don't really know why I've been so bad to start the campaign off, but we still got 5 games to go. Plenty of time to sort it out. And whilst I think a top 8 finish is looking beyond us already, definitely playoffs is still possible. Alphonse, wonderful turn. Oh, all right, fine. I'll take the tap in, and I almost messed that up as well. Patterson just parries it in. 1-0 Roma. Anthony Patterson, of course, our former goalkeeper back at Sunderland. Probably expecting me to smash that one in there, far post. And, oh, when I went in, oh. Side net rippled, and Parma so close to the leveller. In the end, got away with it a little bit, and got away with it there as well. Side the net bulging, still 1-0, but Parma, despite us being heavy favourites here, saying these guys got beat 1-0 by Lyon in the week, they ain't all that. Let's go and shock them and inflict their first loss in the Serie A on them this season. Still 1-0, but a warning sign there as we hold on to the slender 1-goal lead. And Fabre will find Pasili, and he'd have a go from range and puts it harmlessly wide. I can't get all these kits, they are so nice, man, so nice. Any unique kit designs like that, I just absolutely love his Fabre. So he's a good one, and Garo gets up, only for Parma to scramble it away. But yeah, love him, absolutely love him. That's what makes Parma such a cool team, you know, as Frederick Fabre. Oh, wonderful hesitation, couldn't pull the trigger, it'll drop to Alphonse, pops it back, Fabre shot, oh, Patterson, he's having a mare, or maybe he's just gifting his former manager a couple of early goals. Freddie gets his 7th in 8, but Anthony Patterson, first one fair enough, a little unlucky, but the second one, oh, he's got to stop that. Frederick Fabre gets another, but Anthony Patterson is just having an absolute shocker out there tonight. How often do we say it though? Goalkeeping mistakes and poor goalkeeping performances in general are a real part of football. It's going to happen. Even at the top level, on very rare occasions, you will see world-class keepers drop clangers, you know. And so it's why I'm never too mad. Like, you would have seen it last season as Alphonse gives Patterson no chance for that one. Remember last season on the final day when he Polo dropped that absolute clanger for the final goal, basically just dropping the ball into his own goal. I wasn't that mad, because as we always say, luck will balance itself out. At some point we will get a keeper on the opposing end dropping a bit of a clanger. Patterson's done that tonight, but nothing he could do about the third. And to be fair, the first 2 goals quite lucky, but we've been in control pretty much since the first whistle. Parma down 3, and it will be 3 points for Roma, and I'll say it once again, domestically, we are the team to be feared. In Europe, we are useless. And so tackled by Topper, and Calafiori keeps it in play. I shouldn't have done that though. Slozekal, oh, I don't believe it. It's been that kind of night, hasn't it? Well, it's not a bad mistake, but it's incredibly unlucky. What was I saying? Luck will balance itself out. Yeah, I knew at some point the other shoe would drop. Oh dear, oh dear. I got myself in a mix-up there. I don't know what half I was doing, but Ipola makes a brilliant save on Adam Hlozek, and Scalvini says, sorry about that, bro. Clean sheet gone in an embarrassing way. Parma get one back. There's Liberali. We'll find Fabre. He'll take aim from range. Oh, glorious. But the goal cancelled out instantly. What a strike from Frederick Fabre. 4-1, 8th in 8 games for the captain. Roma restore the 3-goal cushion instantly. Should do it as Nonto drills one in, and Dor does well. And as Guerrero finally Polo will pass out the clock with the 4-1 victory. It is our 2nd highest win of the season. Disappointed to drop the clean sheet in embarrassing fashion, but AS Roma doing what AS Roma do. Disappoint themselves in the week in Europe, come back on the weekend in the league and get a big 3 points. But following game is in the week, but not in Europe, though we are away from home. Yeah, I'm speaking in riddles. Basically, it's at the San Siro as we take on Inter, heading into this one here. Well, last season he had a really tough season. Missed out on the Champions League, but for this year, I'm sure they will have a much stronger finish. Be going for the Scudetto, as are we. So an early season title clash here away in Milan. Next up, Inter on Wednesday night. Paulo Barella still going. Caldera takes over. Yeah, I mentioned before, like this. Obviously, this is going to be our final season, so it's always funny when like one of the good younger players or players in their prime are now becoming seniors. That's what Barella is in this Inter team now. He's now a veteran in the side as he finds Marcus Leonardo out wide towards Antonio Caldera. Nice little turn there to play it back to Barella, and it is the senior. Back to Caldera, into Marcus Leonardo. Great football from him. So looking for the opening chance, and they've got it here, and the shot comes in and finds the top corner. What a goal from Inter Milan, and this is why I said they will be going for the Scudetto. It's an incredible team, it's a wonderful team goal, and Inter deservedly in front. Second half getting underway, still down by one. Struggle for chance in the first half, had one half-one, but unable to really cause too much of a problem for that inner back line. Other than that, let's see if we can get ourselves an early goal in the second to equalise, as Fabre will find Karuma. Tries to set his man. Brilliant dribble. Excellent floated ball into the middle. And that is what Kamada can do when he really wants it. I think it's already his third headed goal this season. Certainly second. But Roma level right after the restart. 25 to go. There's definitely a winner in this if we want it, as Karuma skips away once again. He's had a brilliant game, Karuma, this time on the other flank. Once again, the cross is good. It's Alfonsi. Pegs it back. Fabre! What a turnaround from AS Roma, and what a huge statement win this could be in Milan. And for all the star players in the team out there, Fabre, Alfonsi, Kamada, Scalvini, all the credit should go to one of our unsung heroes, the centre circle. No, Karuma, brilliant performance, assist, hockey assist, Roma in front for the first time. If we can hold on to this, it will be an absolutely massive win in the Serie A. I absolutely love what you call statement victories, you know, a win from a team. It doesn't need to be right at the end of the season. It could be at any point in the campaign, really, when they, you know, possibly go away or possibly take on a title rival, or in some cases both, like tonight. And they get a huge victory, which psychologically means so much to the team and gives them so much more belief. And we've had that tonight with a brilliant display. And this man, give him some flowers, man. Karuma going all the way. Karuma takes aim. Oh, clips the post. And he deserved a goal as well for his individual performance out there. But I think Roma are going to hold on. And this is going to be, without a shadow of a doubt, one of our biggest wins in charge of AS Roma, making a statement this season. Unlike last year, where we took games off, we had really disappointing slip-ups. It ain't going to happen this year. We need to be perfect to win a Scudetto. We've been almost that to start the season off. Yep, still a long way to go, only a quarter of the way through the league campaign, but 8 wins in a row in the league and just that solitary draw on match day 1. Our defence has picked up massively as well, and with the top scorers in Division 2. It's been an incredibly encouraging start. Let's keep it going. Back to matters at the Stadio Olimpico on the weekend. Struggling Sassuolo in Rome should be a banker and a chance to possibly go 7 points clear. Though of course we will need some favours elsewhere, but if we keep doing our job we'll be alright. Let's get the 3 points here for Zorro. Don't forget, in the Serie A, the tiebreaker is head-to-head before goal difference. So that means that wins against... There we go. It means that wins against those title rivals are so crucial, because if you finish level on points come the end of the season and you've got a better season record, you'll finish above them regardless of the GD. So yeah, it means that there are games like this, for example, where you expect to win, you don't need to win massively against a side who probably won't be a title rival. You just need to scrape your wins against the title rivals themselves. So far though, we're doing both, and as things stand, set for another win and 9 straight in the Serie A. Already our best run of form since joining Roma. Let's make sure we extend it tonight. By the way, on Karuma, he's a Cameroonian right back who started off as a left back, if you remember. We just converted him to right back. I don't think he's a regen. I don't think he is. Oh, wonderfully done. And Fabre, I thought he took it on early. No, he didn't. Belts went in top corner. And Roma take a 2-goal lead. Oh, excuse me. Oh no, I thought we were going to sneeze. But Frederic Fabre, 10th in as many games, absolutely dominant to start the season off. But I don't think he is actually a regen. I'm pretty sure he's just a new gen. But right now, I know this guy is definitely a dominant youth player with a regen, new gen or pre-gen. Frederic Fabre on fire. The easiest way to tell whether a player is a regen, or in some cases, oh well done Karuma, a pre-gen, is to see if any players have the same listed positions and of course nationality as them as well. I can't think of any Cameroonians that are right back, and is it left mid he was as well? I don't think so. But even so, as Kamada finds fire, it might be a quick fire double for Freddie. No, it's saved, but Alfonsi will tap in the rebound for a 3rd goal. But even so, it's the youth boys on fire tonight, and as I always say, it's the youth players that make your saves so great. And whilst there is a point where the save becomes a bit regen, pre-gen and new-gen heavy. Tonight, they are heavily inflicting pain on the visiting Sassuolo. 3 goals up, and surely on course for another 3 points. Come on, want the clean sheet. Haven't had too many to start this season off, but Guerrero, not the tallest, never going to win that aerial duel. And that is the downside of having a smaller fullback. Alvarez heads in the consolation for Sassuolo. It's all it'll be, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. It is so frustrating, man. I cannot conceding late in a game where I've had otherwise full control. I listened to Ashley Cole on the Stick to Football podcast. Great episode as well. If you want to listen to it, I'll leave a link in the description. But he was talking about how when he was a youngster, it was drilled into him on the books of Arsenal, mainly for the likes of Tony Adams and Martin Keown, his senior defenders in the team he inherited. He came into. Conceding late goals is infuriating for elite defenders, and it certainly is for Doxy Boy as well. Disappointing to let it drop, but at least the win isn't lost. It's another 3 points for AS Roma. Right, following game, Bilbao away, Basque region, 0 for 3 to start the Champions League phase off. Surely tonight we'll get our first points in Europe. Absolutely love Athletic Bilbao as a club, and the region, the Basque region itself. I'd love to visit there one day. It seems so picturesque. Yeah, definitely on my stadium bucket list. I think the fans, the culture associated with that club being obviously just completely unique in the sense that they only play and sign any players that have a connection to the region, the Basque region. Is so cool. I'd imagine going to a game there, the atmosphere would be incredible. I'd imagine like a Bilbao versus Sociedad battle would be class, man. Definitely one for the future if I ever was lucky enough to get my finances in order. But tonight, it's worth pointing out Bilbao won La Liga last year in the series, so they'll definitely be targeting 3 points here, especially out against an out-of-form AS Roma team. All we need to do is stem the flow. Stop the bleeding. And there's our first injury of the season. I was waiting for it. I had a feeling it would come in today's episode. There it is. Christian Camoto, one of our new signings, going down. That looks to me like a broken toe 3-monther. Of course, it is annoying that Bilbao in career mode don't have that kind of policy. I've mentioned before, I can understand why it would be hard for EA to code that in, the Basque-only policy, because there's no place of birth in terms of like city or region in career mode, but there is country, of course. As I mentioned before, maybe they could just make it a club and country, so Bilbao, can only sign Spanish players. It doesn't adhere to the official policy, but at least there's a higher chance they would have more Basque players, and also, of course, it does make it somewhat more realistic as opposed to times where I've seen, James Trafford in goal for Bilbao, So yeah, I'd like EA to at least do that. Code it into the game. If they can't do region, which is fair enough. Oh, brilliantly done. Get in! Then at least do country, nationality, Spain. And Roma in front. Can you believe it? AS Roma have got a goal and are leading in Europe. Well, this is a rarity. I say a rarity, it's a first. AS Roma leading a European game for the first time all season long. That's going to drop to Frederick Fabre as Alfonsi also goes down. I think that's just going to be a bruise based on the animation there, but 2 injuries in the same game, and it's crazy, man. We might possibly be getting our first win in Europe. It's coming at a giant cost. 2 injuries already. Sanchez to Beñat Prados, pops it out wide, gets it back. Bilbao looking for that leveler. Sanchez rolls it through. They've got it. Nico Serrano seats Polo and pops it in with a Trevela. No one is surprised though. This is a Bilbao side that won the league last season. This is a Roma team that haven't got a single point in Europe all season long. I just knew at some point they would get their leveler and Roma would collapse. It is what we do in Europe. We're strong in Italy, but in Europe we are as fragile as it gets. Well, we stopped the rot and got our first point in Europe, but definitely a missed opportunity not to leave with all 3. And the bad news, 2 injuries as well. It just kind of sums up what has been our European adventure. Let's see how bad they are. Oh, it's such a beautiful looking ground, isn't it? So nice from the exterior and the interior. Definitely on the bucket list one day, no doubt about that, man. But I think the Komoto injury is probably a 3-monther and the Alfonsi is a 5-day. We'll take a look together and it is exactly what I thought it would be. When you've played the game for as long as I have, you can kind of tell based on the animation how they're going to be. Like when a player jumps straight up, it's pretty much always 5 day. But when a player remains on the floor for a little longer, yeah, it could be 2 months, could be 3 months, but the likelihood is if they can carry on, it'll be no longer than 3 months. But even so, Christian down until around February time. That is a big blow there for our already small squad. Anyway, following game, back to matters in the Serie A. Less said about our Champions League campaign altogether. I mean, we're halfway through. I'm already thinking about throwing in the towel. But next up, Napoli away in Naples. We've got a 6-point gap at the top of the table, a quarter of the way through, and now taking on a struggling side with a chance to take a double-digit lead for the first time. No, 9-point lead for the first time all season long. Napoli away. Let's bounce back here and return to winning ways. I think at the moment, like, I'm definitely already feeling as though the Scudetto... I don't want to be arrogant. I know that can be my downfall. But I think the Scudetto is definitely ours to not throw away. Obviously, there's still such a long way to go. But you're seeing a lot of people say about Arsenal this season. It's like, guys, come on, it's still very early doors. Obviously, right now you put them as the favourites. Obviously, who wouldn't? But, you know, it's still very, very early doors, you know. But I think with Roma, it's kind of the same with Arsenal right now. It's like I think we're definitely the favourites. There's no doubt about that. At the start of the season, there'd be we would have been one of the favourites, like Arsenal would have been. But how this season has started off, it's actually very similar to this year's Premier League. To be fair, we will definitely be now the outright favourites to go and win it. As Topper finds a bit of space and is denied by Zolakis. And so if we can win these games, like we said before, then these are the games that will give us the best possible chance. Like Arsenal's win against Spurs, for example. They would have loved the win against Chelsea on the weekend. As we talked about in the last episode, I thought Chelsea did very well on Sunday night. If we can beat Napoli away, struggling to be another big step towards staying in pole position. Yeah, it's way too early to say that one team is just going to run away with it. Like, you know, don't forget, 2 or 3 years ago, Arsenal were in a brilliant position towards the end of the season. And Man City went on that ridiculous run to end the campaign, won something stupid like 10 games in a row to fight back and win the title. And did something similar in 2012, don't forget, when they had the iconic Aguero moment. But before that, they were like 8 or 9 points behind with only a handful of games to go. And then Manchester United dropped the ball on a couple of occasions and Man City stormed back to win it. I never forget, I think that was the season when Company scored that iconic header as well in the Manchester derby. Real kind of statement moment there for Man City. But yeah, it's way too early. Same with this Roma team as well. I believe I've bottled too many titles over the years to say. I mean, last season was a good example. You know, we were definitely favourites to win it and absolutely blew it towards the end. But goodness gracious, this has been one of the worst games of the season. Our winning run is definitely going to come to an end here. Back-to-back games without a win, and whilst we'll stay unbeaten in the league. Proof right here. Like I said before, there's a long way to go. So I don't know things. We're just going to walk to the Scudetto. Oh, ball! Top bro! Oh, straight to keeper, Freddie! Turns in the rebound, but if you are to win a title, you need some luck. And we just got it. Togba's shot straight to keeper. Either side is the winner, but he bats it down. And who's there to tuck in the rebound? But Frederick Fabre moved him up top for the final few minutes as Roberto wasn't doing the job. And he's just bailed me out with the final kick of the game. Once again, captain, leader, hero, AS Roma have stolen 2 points at the death. And yep, I will say it again, if you do want to win a title, you need some luck along the way. That is incredibly fortunate because we did not deserve to win this game. Finally back to getting a clean sheet, but most crucially, back to winning ways instantly and maintaining the streak in the Serie A. I'm finding this year that rebound goals, especially since the recent patches, have become incredibly easy to both score and, to be fair, concede from as well. They are incredibly prominent in this year's career mode, and maybe EA needs to tone them down a little bit. Not that I was complaining for that moment right there. It is 10 wins on the trot in the Serie A for AS Roma. We've got a 7-point gap at the top of the table, and now if we can beat Juventus heading into our penultimate game today, I'll play 2 more because I want to squeeze in that Monaco game and try and get our first win in the Champions League. If we can beat Juve, we could possibly go 10 clear at the top in 12 games to start the season off. Only undefeated team so far, and right now, whilst I'll say it, we're not going to walk away with a Scudetto. We are definitely firm favourites. Following game, Juventus in our penultimate game today. I've mentioned before that if you want to be successful in any endeavour, you do need a few components: skill, hard work, consistency, but also luck as well. And I've mentioned before that I don't like it when successful people will downplay the role of luck in their success, or they'll just simply consider it to be a non-factor. It's absolute nonsense. As Bassini, belts in a wonderful opening goal, and Roma take a very early lead. If you are to be successful in anything, you do need a bit of good fortune and a helping hand along the way. I won't try and deny it. We definitely got it in that game against Napoli. And saying you had luck doesn't downplay your success or take anything away from the achievement. It just makes it authentic and real. We were lucky against Napoli, but nothing lucky about that. Wonderful strike, 1-0 Roma. Well, I do not like it when highly successful people will downplay the role of luck, or again, quite simply just refuse to acknowledge they had some. Because it just comes across as ignorant, man. Like, it's just not true, for one, you know. Everyone is going to have some good fortune when they achieve success from time to time. And it's why, for me, I'll never downplay it. I'll never hide it. I'll admit it. I will tell you when I've had some fortune as Tokpa heads in the second to make it 2 before the break. But nothing lucky about this first half display. On it from the first whistle. Far better than our game in Naples, and deservedly in a 2-goal lead. Nice cross by Guerrero. Nice header by Tokpa. Roma 2 up, and as things stand, could be going 10 points clear. Easy, come on, don't lose the clean sheet. Oh, fabulous save by Ipolo. Throw it flying to his left and palming it behind for a corner. It's the delivery, it's headed in by Keane, and one of those moments where I try and catch the corner, take her out. Most of the time that works for me, sometimes it doesn't, and that's the problem with this strategy. All it takes is just one time and you get caught out. When it happens, you're going to get beat as well. So it might work 9 times out of 10, but the one time it doesn't, it's always going to result in a goal. Last year's Golden Boot winner and player of the season, who single-handedly dragged Juve to 4th place on the final day, gets them back in it. Clean sheet is gone. Let's make sure the 3 points don't go with her. I don't know what on earth my players are calling. Are they calling for time? Did anyone just see? I think my players are calling. They're calling for time. I've never seen that before. Cross in the middle. Calafiori gets up to Ram, got a touch. Galvini hooks it away, and now they can call for time because we've had them in it. Ref. Well, now they should be appealing for it. They are appealing for it now. Freddy's appealing for it. Played into the flank with Fofana. Back into the middle. Thuram's ball cut out. Calafiori clears. That should do it. And there it is. I've never seen that before. Roma, hold on. It's a huge win, but that is so cool. I've never seen that before. That must be from the latest patch. And we've seen so many times the game will carry on for way too long and then a goal gets scored. Well, tonight it doesn't. That was so cool. I've never seen that animation before. But Roma, hold on. It is to 3 points, and our winning run extends to 11 in the Serie A. And I'll say it once again, it's way too early to say we'll walk away with a Scudetto, because there is, pardon the pun, plenty of time. Right, following game, heading into this one here, and we'll end on this as well. It is Monaco, where surely Roma are going to get their first win in the Champions League. We just got our first point, but it's only 1 picked up from a possible 12. If we're to have any chance, and I mean any chance, of even making the playoffs, we must get that first win tonight. Our final game, Monaco, Forza Roma. We often talk about how you just need the one, and then once you get the one, you can build on that. And it's so true in many... Oh, what a ball, Kamada, but Pender's read it really well. It's so true in every walk of life, man. Like, the first one to get is always the hardest, but once you've got it, then you can build on that. And then you can gain some consistency and momentum and start to rack them up. And it's the same with the wins in the Champions League as well. Once we get the one, once we get the first, then I'm pretty sure we'll be able to win a couple more as well. And whilst it won't see us get top 8, oh, what a finish. We might make the playoffs. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to go 0 from 8 in terms of wins in this Champions League phase. At some point, we're just going to forego the European competition and just focus on the domestic double. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Worst possible start. No one in Rome surprised, but oh, what a ball, Liberali. Plenty of time to sort this out. Kamada should finish that easily, though. There we go. Once you get the beating of a centre-half, like it's very, very unlikely you're going to get caught up unless they're rapid or your striker is incredibly slow. And most top-level strikers will have at least a bit of pace, so you'll be fine to run through. That's something for me which, you know, it basically high lines in CM are just like so so easy to play against, man. And it's like, it's one thing I want EA to try and work on, to make it more difficult for you to just, you know, stop being able to do the simple running behind method to get so many goals that way. Kamada's through again, quick fire double for the number 9, but that was a brilliantly took finish. And from nowhere, Roma have gone from a goal down to 2-1 up courtesy of our number 9. Well, I said all you need is one, and you can watch things turn around. Maybe we are going to get it tonight after all, as we have turned the score from a trailing position to a leading position. Garo's going to have that every day of the week. I ain't going to lie, this would be a... oh, what a brilliantly moved, executed move, sorry. Liberali, for free. No, Mike Penders makes an excellent save to keep it at 2-1, but heck of a resilient first half an hour this from Roma, and possibly going to get ourselves a 2-goal cushion here. Fabre's delivery is good. Come on, his header well saved by Penders and cleared off the line as well. Where has this AS Roma team been in Europe, man? We're leading by 1. We could easily be 2 or 3 goals up. This should be the first for Garo, and it is. First in a Roma shirt for the Ant-Man, and what a turnaround from AS Roma. Where has this performance been in Europe? Why have we waited so long to play like this? Okay, for Roma, we're going to try something here. When I try something, I don't really mean much. It's Fabre, we'll give it a go, but I've mentioned before, how does anyone score from that range? I've seen people do it, but I have no idea how it's even possible, because I can't even come close to testing the keeper, really. I mean, it's just too far out. Like, Fabre's got an incredibly high shot power and long shot rating, both in the 90s, but it's just way too far out to be able to make that much of a difference. Might have a go from here though. Penders drops it and Kamada taps in the rebound for his hat-trick and the 4th. But it's just way too far out, man. Way too far out. But it would have been far out to believe that Roma would have got a win tonight. But it's what is going to happen. And for the first time, AS Roma have got that Champions League victory. And hopefully, like I said, it's the first of what will be a few, as we'll try and build on this, with the hope of, oh, what a performance this has been. Hope, oh, great save. Hope of still managing to pull out a qualification spot. But that'll do it for today's episode, guys. I've got 16 minutes to go. I'll try and pass out the clock from here, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon. We'll have the match day 6 of the Champions League phase against Liverpool, the Coppa Italia against Sampdoria, and more big games in the Serie A, aiming to extend our lead at the top of the table as well. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.